Discover different sales styles, authentic, adaptive, and tailored for success.
Allows you to be an authentic version of yourself at scale.
So you've mentioned several times your style. So can we drill down on that a little bit? Because I want to understand how, when you say your style, what are you specifically referring to? Just so we're explicit here. And how does that dovetail back into the tech and the technique?
So John and I have very different styles of selling. We happen to sell well together, but we're different sellers. I'm more laid back, nonchalant. Here's the program. I'll talk to you a few times, see if we could work together. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. And then go for the ask when the time is right. John is more of the, let's talk about the issue. Let's move this conversation to another point, and then I'll challenge a couple of times, and that's his style versus my style. We use this a lot, and we try not to over masculinize the program, but it's like when you think of like a Street Fighter or any of those old school blood sport type movies where every fighter has a different skill. Every fighter comes in, if we get on that game, and it's always like, if you just picked the woman, you probably would have won because she's the most nimble and moves around. But the big dude, he's slow and he does this, and everybody's got a different weapon. Well, that's how sellers are. We're all different, but they all go and they harness those things. So John's style of sales is different than mine. So if we go into some cookie cutter scenario where a bunch of AEs are sitting next to each other, it's like, this is what you say, and this is when you say it, and this is your answer to this objection. Every single one of those persons is a different type of human being with a different personality. And every single one of them can sell in their own way. So you give them the ability to drive the car, and you give them the best car possible, but you don't sit in the passenger seat and say, when something gets in your way, turn. You let them master that vehicle because that's their vehicle. And when you focus on it like that, and when the individual, the AE, the SDR says, you know what, this is a pretty badass tool. I know I have to put some notes in here, but it's got this little feature, and if I tweak it out, I can get 7 more emails out, and I can learn this many more things before I could schedule discoveries, and they hack that little piece of it, they're going to soar right ahead of the person next to them.
And being such a fanatic for language, Doug and I have talked about this before, I do not want to be a passenger because passenger has the same prefix as passive. I want to be the navigator because the navigator is directly involved in where the vehicle is headed. The navigator is what is our ultimate objective? What are we looking to accomplish here? One of my campaign issues in my years in professional selling and developing salespeople is let's stop looking for problems. Let's explore what the opportunities are. And if the opportunity lines up with my product, service, experience, platform, or idea, I want you to discover that on your own. That's my technique. Well, I will ask questions like, what criteria will you ultimately use to determine who will serve you? I don't ask questions about what they think about what I offer. I don't ask questions about who they currently work with. None of those have anything to do with what the future opportunity is. So the technique, Doug's technique is, listen, this is what I do, and this is what we do, and we have a team, and we're really good.
I'll pay for free, but if you really want my time, you got to pay for it.
That's exactly right.
I'm good on clients right now, and I am, but it's just a different style.
Okay, so in both those scenarios, so Doug, John, you have 2 different styles. So now let's connect the dots.